AZMA from South Jersey. Been writing for a whole long time, but just got together with VS Crew like a year and a half ago, so been really getting it in a lot more and a lot more serious productions and a lot more walls. And they just gave me a chance to shine my skills, basically. So I was kind of like the unknown, basically doing it. I had a wall in my house I used to live at, and I used to just really just screw around there, and then just met these cats and just started doing it. I enjoy it just because, like I said, I've been doing it for a long time, and just being able to get out on a grander scale, like, you know, canvases and paper and everything like that's one thing, but when you got a surface as big as some of these walls and you can just really just shine and blow your shit up as big as possible, and just even the colors, there's so many vast variations of colors and caps and just styles that it's just fun. Even just messing around, you progress every time you get on a wall. It's kind of like it's kind of like therapy. I mean everybody's got stress in their life, but when I draw, you know, that's therapy. But when I get down and actually paint, it's very relaxing. And when I'm done, if I put in 8 hours of painting and I'm done, I'm pretty much like spent.
But I've been writing since I was like 15, so like 9 years. I write mech from Trenton, New Jersey. I like to see my name everywhere. That's about it. You know, I could go here, I can go there, I'll see my name, and just, you know, everyone knows I've been there. I did that, you know. That's what it's all about. Having everyone see your name, that's it.
I write PROZE, Pro for short, from Trenton, New Jersey. Been writing since like '97, but I started piecing like 2000, and I started doing legals like 2006. Man, just started seeing Me Too tagging when I was riding the buses, and then after that, just started doing marker tags and stuff with a different name. Then I wound up getting in trouble for that, and then you know, switched up the name and just started writing again, and then just got into doing can control and doing legal joints, and that was about it. Like, writing is it's good for me. It's my life. It's what I do. You know, I write graffiti. You know what I mean? I used to always get in a lot of trouble and shit when I was younger, so it's pretty much, I mean, even though it's the illegal aspect of it, but the legal aspect of it keeps me going, you know, keeps me out of trouble. And that shit's fat anyway, you know what I mean? I get people like that I don't even know. I'll go up to like a jam up in like New York or something and be like, oh, you write pro? Oh man, I seen your shit, this, that, da, da, da. You know what I mean? It gives you that little. My goals right now were, my main goal was to get on legals. After that happened, then my goal was to get in 5 magazines. And I'm in 1 right now. I should have been in 2, but I didn't go to that wall that they got in because I had to do something for family. And then, so once I get 4 more walls, I'll be happy with my graph career. I'm already doing legals. My piecing game's up to par to where I want it to be. I'm doing productions, coming up with stuff, you know, so. That's about it.
Name's KASSO, Will KASSO, whatever. Everybody call me KASSO though. Born and raised here in Trenton, New Jersey. As far as like what got me into it, I've always like been into it ever since I can remember. I've always been into art in general, but back in the day, like I say, like the early mid '80s, there was cats coming up from North Jersey and New York doing like little bodega productions down here in Trenton. And I was like 7, 8 years old. Like, I never met the guys, but you know, I seen, it was only like maybe 3 or 4 that was done. It's just always fresh. It's like always new, because a lot of times you'll go to these walls, you may have an outline or a sketch or a photograph or whatever, but 9 times out of 10, you're gonna end up freestyling most of it. You know, that reference is pretty much, that's all it is. It's like a starting point. At least the way I work, I do a lot of figurative character stuff. I do names and burners, but I'm more or less known for my portraits and like bugged out characters and shit like that. So the way I work is I have some sort of reference, be it a drawing or a photograph, and I just take it to the wall and I just work, whoever, if I'm working on the wall with somebody, if I'm working on the wall with 2 writers or 1 writer, you know, we flow off each other. So it's never what I originally started with. It's always something different, you know? Well, I have a background in airbrushing, like I said as well, but when I started airbrushing, my whole thing was to let people know, you know, that I can paint, that I can draw, that I'm an artist. So airbrushing was the quickest way at the time for me to get my work out there, you know? And then that just took off into its own thing. A lot of people just came to me for the type of clothes and the type of shirts I made. So my whole thing eventually was to establish that as its own brand. So I call it Sage, Serious Artists Gaining Exposure. This is one of my first ones I made. It's like 3-4 years old now. It's Old Dirty Bastard, because I'm like a big Wu-Tang Clan fan. I love like late 80s, early 90s rap, underground rap. I don't listen to too much mainstream. I don't know, maybe I'm just a bitter old dude, I don't know. But it is what it is. Some of the rappers I made jackets for, Method Man, Redman, Raekwon, Reef the Lost Cause, who else? Ghostface Killer, DJ producer Knife Wonder from Little Brother. Also some DJs out in Philly, one particular DJ Ultraviolet. They take about 2 days to make because they're all done by hand. Like everything's done with a paintbrush, an acrylic paint. So it's a, you know, it's a long process to do them. As far as graph goes, I just want to evolve. And as far as the whole Trenton scene goes, I just want to see it. I just want to see it on the level as scenes like in Philly, NY, North Jersey. The way they have their scenes locked down, I want to see that here because like I said, before we start painting together, VS Crew, over here, there was never a scene here, you know? What was done in the early 80s died out by the early 90s. So for like damn near 20 years, there was nothing going on in the city until we established it about 4 years ago. And it's getting up there, you know? So I just want to see that get to as high as it possibly can. That's like my ultimate goal as far as Trenton is concerned. And just see where it takes me. You know, I always say I'll go wherever my art takes me. So just want to keep it moving.
Leon Rainbow, I write Rain. I'm from Trenton, New Jersey, but I'm originally from San Jose, California. I've been writing, I guess, like more serious now for like 10 years. I was in California when I was like in junior high school, and they had like a pretty good scene. You know, we had a lot of cats that were tagging, bombing. You know, we were like, I come from like a bus hopper scene, so that was like our thing was like doing mainly was like buses, highways, you know, heaven, stuff like that. And I moved out here to North Jersey in the suburbs, and there was like no scene out there that I knew of, you know, at that time, at least in the area that I was in. So I just kept doing black book stuff and kept drawing it. And then I moved down here in Trenton about 11 years ago. And, you know, I've been painting down here ever since then, you know, and like over the last 4 or 5 years, you know, I hooked up with a lot of cats that were, and we got together, started a crew called the Vicious Styles Crew. And basically for like the last 3 or 4 years, we've been painting like nonstop, you know, every weekend, you know, different places, legals, you know, chill spots, whatever. And, you know, that's where we're at. It's crazy, like sometimes like my phone will ring and it'll be like some corporation. I'm like, shit, you know, it's like, or, you know, we'll be getting hooked up with a job or, you know, doing all this kind of stuff. I think like the graffiti gets me out from in front of my TV to where I'm out, you know, when you're out at a wall, especially it's not in like the, usually not the most beautiful neighborhoods, but you get to converse and you get to talk to real people about real things. And, you know, there's something to be said about that kind of, you know, you're hanging out with your friends and you're doing something productive, you know, and then there's sometimes you're doing something destructive, but either way it's creative, you know, and that's what I like about the graffiti lifestyle.